Hi everybody, it's Paula from Real Polish Fanatic Blog and Jewelry by RPF. I hope you're all having a great 2023 so far. I can't believe we're already 1 month in, it's already February. But here we are, and today I'm going to be talking about different types of glitter toppers and different tips for applying them, because sometimes you know that if you get a glitter topper that's very base heavy, if you just paint it right out of the bottle, you will have a lot of base and not very much glitter, which will make your manicure very thick and almost impossible to dry. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I do to make those work a little bit better. Quite a few months ago, one of my viewers, Kathy, had left me a comment that she wanted to see tips about application of different types of polishes, top layers, etc. So I'm hoping that this is what she kind of had in mind. And if she or anybody else wants to see anything different, please let me know in the comments, because I run out of things to talk about with you guys and I want to keep doing these videos. So today we're going to look at some glitter toppers. To start off today on my nails, I have Quixotic Polish Majesty. It's a magnetic. I used kind of a weird magnet with it, so I got a really thick magnetic line on there, but this is a gorgeous polish. I hope that Mary from Quixotic is doing well. She sort of disappeared a year or so ago and nobody's heard from her, so hopefully she's doing well. Mary, if you happen to see this, I'm sure you won't, but just want to let you know that we're thinking about you. So I'm going to start with a glitter topper. This has heart glitters and little small holographic glitter in it. This is a Nicole by OPI called Step to the Beat of My Heart. And so let me shake this up just a little bit. So if you were going to just paint this on your nail, let's see how this one, some of them work out okay, but let's just see how this one does. So you're going to paint this on your nail. Oh, there's a heart. Got one heart out. That's not too bad. Not a whole lot of base, but there's quite a bit of base in there too. So what I would do to hopefully get more glitter out and less base, I just use one of these little makeup sponges. You can see I've used it for different colors, and if it gets dirty, I just cut off the part that has some polish on it. So I just take it and try and get some hearts in there, fish around a little bit, and paint it on here, because this is going to soak up the base but leave the glitter behind. So then you just take that and take it to your nail and just sponge it on. That way you still have to do a little bit of fishing possibly to get the glitter out. And by fishing, what I mean is you just sort of take the bottle and you sort of have to take the brush in there and move it all around and then just pull it out straight. Don't touch the neck of the bottle at all. Just pull that out straight and hope, oh, nothing. So this is called going fishing, and sometimes you have to do it a few times to actually get some glitter on your brush. Polishes that you have to fish for the glitter are kind of aggravating for sure. Looks like it's mostly stuck to the outside of the bottle. Let's see if I can get one more. Nope, it doesn't want to give me any hearts. Let's see, one more try. See a bunch there. Just paint that, oh, there's a couple. Paint that on. It's going to soak up that base for me, and then go back to your nail and just sponge it on. If you need to move the glitter around a little bit, you could use a dotting tool or tweezers or something like that. Just move that around a little bit, get those a little bit more spaced out, and there you go. Some people would take the glitter polish and pour some out onto a silicone mat and then use either the dotting tool or tweezers or something like that to apply it that way. I don't like doing that because, especially with polishes like this that have other little glitter in there, because it's going to be almost impossible to take the polish back from your silicone mat and put it back in the bottle. So you're kind of wasting a lot of it. So I just prefer to do the sponge method myself. Let's see what this one looks like. This is one from Black Cat Liqueur. This is an older brand. I'm not sure they're still in business. It's called Ice Queen. And let's see what this one, I just put lotion on my hand so I can't get the bottle open. Let's see what this one looks like if we were to just paint it on the nail right out of the bottle. Oh, this one comes out pretty well. You get quite a bit of glitter there. So that's good. There are some star glitter in here. We'll probably not get one. Let's see. Oops. Oh, there's one up on the other thing you can do is, if you see a glitter, you can get it down onto the neck of the bottle and then use your brush to grab it and set it there where you like it. So let's see how this one does being sponged on. Let's take some here on my sponge. And sponge this on. Usually have to do it a couple of times. If I stop dropping things, that would be helpful. This gives you a little bit more control. You can kind of put the glitter where you would like it on your nail rather than just painting it on. There's that little star. There. So you can see 2 swipes with the sponge gives you quite a bit more glitter than just painting it on with 1 coat. You don't want to go too many coats on glitter toppers because, like I said, they will get too thick to dry. It'll be harder to get them to dry if they get too thick. I have one here from LA Splash. This one's called Moi, M-U-A, exclamation point, LA Splash. I'm not sure that I don't think LA Splash is still in business either, but I don't think they offer this line. I think it's the same as LA Girl. But in case you didn't know, a lot of bottles that have these square tops on them, you know, sometimes when you, just another tip here I just thought of, when you close them up, they might end up a little bit crooked like this, which just, you know, aggravates me. I like things to be straight on there. So many times when polishes have these square tops, I know like Chanel, all those different things, you can just take that top off and then you've got another cap underneath. And we can just unscrew. Let me just shake this just a little bit. This one I think also has some hearts in there. Let's see how this one does, just painting it on. I'm doing this with you guys for the first time because I have not tested these out ahead of time. So let's see if we just take this and paint it on. There's a heart right there. I picked some with hearts because, you know, we're coming up onto Valentine's Day. I thought that would be kind of fun. So this one actually does pretty well just painting it on. Oh, there's a heart. Let's see if I can grab it. There's one. But I am getting quite a bit of the base also, which in this case it's tinted, so it's not bad to get a lot of the base, but you still don't want it to be too thick. So that paints on actually quite well. Let's see what it does to sponge it on. Hearts that time. There's one right there on the side of the neck. Just grab that. Come over here and sponge that on. Gotta do it a couple of times. Oh, there's another heart. These actually come out very easily. So what this does is it just soaks up all that base so it's not quite as thick. You can see that the base is not quite as pink, but you still get a good bit of the glitter, and you can, like I said, choose where you want to put it. So those hearts come out really nice. I kind of like that polish. I might wear that for Valentine's Day. And this is called Moi by LA Splash. Then we have another clear-based glitter topper from Lacquerlicious. Again, I don't believe this brand is in business anymore. This one's called No Tricks, Just Treats. This one might have rebranded to a different name. I'm not really sure. I did not look it up. So let's see. This one, just to paint it on. Let's see how this does. This is one of those everything but the kitchen sink kind of glitter bombs. It's got some bar glitter in there. That actually doesn't do too bad painting it on. Doesn't seem too thick, but once you have a base color on and everything else, it could get a little bit thick. So let's see how this one does to sponge it on. Get some glitter in there. And you would take it to your nail and sponge. This one actually I think painted on better than sponged. Let's see. Not a fan of bar glitter. What do you guys think of bar glitter? I'm glad that it was really popular there for a while, and it's kind of gone out of style, I think. You still see some sometimes, but not like you used to in early 2010s. Yeah, I think this actually might look better painted on than sponged on. It's got a little bit harder to maneuver this one, but it actually looks quite nice on the one that I just painted on. So sometimes it's trial and error to see how it works best for you. Here's another polish from Black Cat Lacquer called Dance All Night. This one has some moon and star glitters along with multicolored, just lots of sparkly glitter in there. Let me shake it up a little bit and see how this one does to paint it on. Where's the skinny brush? Oh, I got a moon, so that's interesting. That's nice. So I could tell by painting this one coat, it's pretty streaky. Not sure how it would look with multiple coats on there, but I did get a moon, so that was kind of fun. Let's see how this one does to sponge it on. Find a part of my sponge I haven't used. Oh, there's a star. So these glitters come out quite easily too. Let's see how this does. It's a little bit harder to sponge on this nail wheel than it would be on your actual nail too. And this does use quite a bit of polish to do this because, like I said, it soaks up all that base, so you're just really left with the glitter for the most part, which is also a good thing if you don't want, like if you wanted to put this over maybe a lighter color polish, because this is going to soak up most of that black base and just leave you the glitter. So it's kind of fun. Let's see. Put some right up here at the top. You get a little bit of the base, but not too much. Oh, I got a moon and a star in this one, I think. I think that's a star. So there, you can see that it's not quite as, you don't see the black as much. It looks more just like has a little tint of black, but you wouldn't want to put this over a white polish or anything, but it's not nearly as black as this one. Got some glitter on my finger. So this is just painting it on, and this is sponging it on. You can see you get just a little bit of a tint of color, but you could absolutely put that over a different color and not have the black show through so much if you use the sponge. And then we have Emily Damali. This is an older polish. I think she might have brought it back a few times. Cosmic Forces. This is a fun one. It's a purple base. It has these big circle glitters and then smaller glitter also. So let's see how this one does to just paint it on, if I can get it open. And there's one of the big circles. I like circle glitter. I think it's fun. I especially like those big circles. So I got one in there. There, if you can see it. And so that's what it looks like just to paint it on. Let's see what this one does with the sponge. I'm learning right along with you guys because sometimes they work out good and sometimes they don't. So let's just see how this does. Oh, we got a big circle. Again, this one is leaving just a tint of the purple base, but not nearly as much as when you just painted it on. So you could use this over a different base color on your nails and make it not be quite so purple. That's what it looks like sponged on. There's my big circle. And yeah, it's kind of fun. All right, next up we have Tonic. This is a prototype from Tonic that I got not too long, well, last year sometime. And I just numbered them myself so I would know on my spreadsheet what was what. This is a pretty bright pink, kind of a Pepto-Bismol pink with all those black star glitter in there. So let's see how this one does just to paint it on. Well, there you go. I got not a single star. I got a pretty pink polish, but not a single star. Let's see if we can go fishing a little bit in here. Also, another thing you can do to help the glitter, because they do sink a lot of times, the glitter will sink to the bottom. If you just let it sit upside down for a little while, they'll move up and hopefully go into the brush a little bit as they move to the top of the bottle when it's upside down. So that's another little hint you can use to get some glitter out. Let's see if I got any. I didn't leave it sitting there too long, but there's one on the base of the neck. So we can try and grab that one. There it is. Paint that on. And let's see what this will do. Sponging. I haven't tried sponging, so let's see. Come on. All right, I'm not seeing any stars coming out. This is definitely one to go fishing for. It doesn't really do any good to sponge on. This is like a acrylic kind of a base, so it doesn't really give you any benefit to sponging on acrylic kind of a base. That's just a regular polish, so that was kind of a fail, but let's see if I can get some more of these stars out. Oh, there's one other thing. I didn't bring a magnet. I forgot. One other thing you can also do if you find that a lot of your glitter are stuck to the side of the bottles, like this one. You see they're not really moving. They're kind of stuck on the side of the bottle. As long as there's balls in there, which you can tell, you can hear when you shake them. So if there are the mixing balls in there, you take a magnet, I should have brought a magnet, put it on the side of the bottle and then move it around. It'll grab the ball that's in there, and then you just move the magnet back and forth, and it will dislodge some of that glitter that's stuck on the side of the bottle. The mixing ball inside will do that as it holds onto that magnet, so that's kind of fun. Let's see. Yeah, this is not a very good one to get glitter out of. I'd probably have to leave this one upside down for about an hour before I wanted to paint. There's one on the side of the brush, if you can see that. Let's see if we can get that. Get it onto the neck of the bottle And then you can grab it with the brush, and I'll just put it over here on the side. There it is. All right, that neck needs to be cleaned off. That is messy. And then next I have one from Sweetheart Polish. This is kind of a, well, it's not really a glitter topper, but it would take a lot of coats to get full coverage on this type of a thing. This one's called Glitter That Ish. It's from Polish Pickup, September 2020. So let's see. I use this one for some jewelry, so it's down a little ways in the bottle. Let's see what this one looks like just to paint it on. So it does pretty well. If you want this to be a full coverage nail though, if you don't want to have to wear a base coat under it, it would take a few coats to get it to be, you know, opaque, so you can't see your nail under that. You can still see the white a little bit. So let's see what sponging will do. This made really pretty jewelry. This polish. Grab this. And again, it's just soaking up a lot of that base and just leaving the glitter behind, so it goes on a little bit thicker than when you just paint it. This is hard on this swatch wheel, but I think you'll get the idea. I'm getting it on the neighbor nail. It's easier to do on your actual nail because you can move your other nails out of the way. But you can see, so that was the one that's painted on is, boy, I'm making a mess here, is more sparse. And the one that is sponged on, you could probably get to opacity a lot easier. That actually looks like I can't hardly see the white of the swatch wheel underneath of it. All right. And then there's one last thing that you can use the sponge for if you have streaky nail polish, frosty polish, or streaky polish, and you don't want to see those streaks. I made a note in my spreadsheet that this one I sponged on the top coat when I wore this as a manicure because it was a little bit brush strokey. That's what I meant, not streaky, but brush strokey. This one's by I Love Nail Polish, and it's called Nostalgia. Pretty multi-chrome. So let's see. And you don't have to just sponge these on. I would only, something like this that is brush strokey, when you apply it, you would really just need to brush on the last coat. You would go ahead and just paint like normal. I don't know if I'll be able to show this to you, but let's see. I don't know if it'll have time to dry and show those brush strokes, but we'll leave this for just a second. And while that's drying a little bit, I will tell you one other tip for glitter toppers. This is good tip for the reflective glitters that have come out last year that have been all the rage. And get yourself a good glitter grabbing top coat. I have one from Glisten and Glow, and it is called Glitter Grabber. It's just a really thick top coat. This one, it looks a little bit yellow, but it will dry clear. You don't have to worry about that. And what you want to do is if you have something that's bumpy, like I said, the reflective glitters are you know, good for, or like pixie dusts from Zoya that are just a little bit textured. And if you don't like that texture and you want to cover it up, or even like these hearts are raised up a little bit, it's a little bit bumpy to the touch. You just take your glitter grabber, paint it on just like a base coat, or just like a top coat. Just paint it on. It's just a bit thicker. It is a top coat, just a little bit thicker. And then you'd want to let that dry and then go over with your favorite glossy top coat. And it should be nice and smooth, so you don't have to worry about that texture. Some people are opposed to having textured nails, so that's just a little hint. So I'm not sure if you can see this Nostalgia. There's some brush strokes on there as you paint it. If you don't like to see that, let me let this dry just a little bit longer. I should have done this one first. Let's see what happens. I probably haven't given it enough time, but I would have done 2 coats maybe, just paint it on, and then we'll take one more coat on our sponge and see what happens. Probably have not let that dry enough, but you would just sponge that on your nail, the top coat of it, and then that's going to cover up the brush strokes, so it'll look a little bit smoother, and then you would top it with your glossy top coat. Yeah, I didn't let that dry nearly long enough. I'm really just picking up what I'd already laid down. So anyway, that does work for if you have a brush strokey polish. It did not work in my example because I couldn't let it dry long enough. But it is a good little tip for polishes that are brush strokey if you don't like that. Well, there we go. What do you think? I think that worked out pretty well for some of them, not so well for others, but it was a fun experiment. Got to show you a little bit of a tip for having to fish out glitters and how you can cover them up so that they are not so textured on your nails. So what did you think? If you have any ideas for future episodes that I could do for you, if there's anything you want to see or any tips that you would like, if I know the tip, I will be happy to share it with you in a video. But otherwise, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.